Hello and welcome to another lesson. So in this lesson, we'll be taking a look at JavaScript. We'll be taking a look at loops in JavaScript. Loops can execute a block of code a number of times. So sometimes you might want to, you know, perform an action or have a logic in your code or applications that will require that you execute a block of code a number of times. Perhaps it might be a different area, different section of your application or program. So you can use loop in order to achieve this. It can save you a lot of repetition and manual ways of getting a result. Loops are handy if you want to run the same code over and over again, each time with a different value. Now, let's say you want to do a count of number from 1 to 10, for example, or you want to do a count of number from 1 to like 100. Just imagine how cumbersome it will be for you if you have to start typing each of the numbers one after the other, like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc., until you get to 100. Now, if you have smaller tasks like 10, 20, or 100, it might not even be too strenuous for you in order to be able to achieve it. But just imagine that you want to do a count of 1,000 or like 10,000 or 1 million. That would be something that is nearly impossible to do for you manually. And that is where loops comes in handy for you as a developer. You use it to run the same code over and over again, each time with a different value. So when you want to get a different value from this, a task like this, you make use of loops in order for you to be able to, get different value at a different point. For example, now, and we still go back to the example of using a count of 1 to 10. If you want to count from 1 to 10, definitely you know that your output needs to be unique. The counting has to start from, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and probably 10. That is if you include it in your output. Now, often this is the case when working with arrays. So loops comes handy when it comes to working with arrays. Let's say you have an array that hold your users' phone numbers or that handles their username and password. You can imagine if you have an application that has like about 10,000 or 20,000 users, that would be massive to be working with it manually. So when working with arrays, loops becomes very, very handy as it helps you to, run the same code over and over again and each with different value. It saves time and it, helps to dish the way manual work actually progress in whatever it is that you are building, whether an application or a web project. So in the next class, we'll begin to examine this type of loop that we have in JavaScript. Thank you. I'll see you in the next